drugs, and Kris DeVold. Think like it's time to roll.
It's time to roll!
Two things that people in the know. Sex and drugs, Kris DeVold. Sex and drugs, and Kris DeVold.
Oh, well, my little nasties, it's 8 p.m. It's still not CentralValleyTalk.com, but you're watching episode 397 of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. Oh, fat and sour. Did you? I know you're back there busy, but you at least heard that, right? She hears nothing. Can you hear me? Lord, this is where we're at already. Episode 397. This is not internet talk show heaven. Oh, don't try to talk now. Anyways, welcome to the show, episode 397. Like I said, this is Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. We'll give you a quick recap. If this is your first time tuning in, normally my show is filmed in a studio called CentralValleyTalk.com studio. Feel free to go ahead and check them out. They are a good time. My show's been running since February 12, 2013, and normally I always promise you one live musical act a week. Being at home doing the show, it's really hard to get the metal bands coming to my apartment. My manager hates it. So I can't wait to get back at the studio. We'll talk a little more about that later. Go ahead, like this page, subscribe to this page is what I mean. Ring the bell so anytime I post new content or I go live, you're the first to get notified, you lucky son of a bitch. And then if you do have a Facebook, go to the Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold Facebook page. Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, spelled like a chick with a K, but I got a dick. And then also do not forget, I am also on Instagram. That's KrisDeVold. And then, of course, this YouTube channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. We got a lot to talk about. Let me go ahead and just get the usual business out of the way. I actually did a quick little commercial for this next local business I'm going to talk about. Will you plug in those lights for me? Oh, yeah. They're always in the background. I never have them on. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're going to make me go Seinfeld on it. I don't. You ever get so upset you go Seinfeld? What am I doing? No, George! Let's go ahead and talk about FMD. FMD, if you're in the Fresno, Clovis area, FMD is here for all your THC, CBD needs, and they even have products for your pets. You can go ahead and hit up FMD at FresnoMedicalDelivery.com or 559-355-8460 or also 559-530-BUDS, B-U-D-S. That's FMD. Go ahead and hit them up again. That's Monday through Friday, 10 to 6 p.m. Any order placed before 6 p.m. gets delivered same day. I see a little glitch there. There we go. They're on. Way to go. We did it. Also want to let you know, Jess at Canaproxy, on Instagram, Canaproxy at gmail.com, 559-826-9889. Let's go ahead and talk about cacao sweets. Cacao! Cacao, by the way, you can't see it, but I got my Nature Boy Ric Flair shirt on. And it's blasphemy. I got an Ultimate Warrior hat on. If you know anything about wrestling, if anybody knew anything about wrestling, I should be catching some heat walking around going, what the fuck's up? Nature Boy shirt and Ultimate Warrior? Fuck you. Anyways, cacao sweets. Hit up Katia Helgren. Some of the best Brazilian and Swedish bakery sweets you've ever had in your fucking life. 559-371-3020, 559-371-3020. Or you can find them on Facebook and Instagram at Cacao Sweets. A cacao! And then let's also talk about Angel Face 559 Munchies and Mask. That's Angel Face 559 Munchies and Mask. Now, my friggity friend let me know about these people. They make salsas. They make and a wide variety of salsas. We've seen the pictures on the internet. Shouldn't say intranet. The information superhighway. I've seen the pictures. I've also heard they make other things. Enchiladas, tamales. Oh, I'm from South Texas. I don't think you have to be from South Texas to like any of that. That's just good mother. Tamales is life. That's it. Tamales is life, and it doesn't have to be fucking Christmas. How about that? So go ahead and hit up Angel Face 559 Munchies and Mask at 559-704-6169. 559-704-6169. Let them know that Sex, Drugs, and Kris DeVold sent you. And when they're totally confused by that, Whatever. But hey, I'm trying to help out here. And don't forget about Boston House of Pizza. I think I'm going to be doing a quick little commercial for them tomorrow. They are also on the southwest corner of Cedar and Herndon right here in Fresno, California. That's the same parking lot as Bad Buds, as well as Teriyaki Don. And let's not forget about Teriyaki Don, as well as Plant Slayer, always doing the Lord's work out there. You can like Plant Slayer for their unique vegan fucking treats, vegan Philly cheesesteak. You won't even know it. Like them on Instagram and Facebook. And also don't forget about Planet Vegan, some of the best vegan burgers around. I do eat the meat, but when I don't, those are the things I prefer. Don't know why I'm talking like that. All right. I think we've done everything we can do this evening. I want to thank everybody for, no, I'm kidding. We got so much more for you. And I also want to remind you that every last Friday of the month, we do have a segment called Sex Education with Miss S. And that episode is done on Facebook. It's like, fuck you, man. I don't want to do the Facebook. You can still watch the show on Facebook without even a Facebook account. We'll worry about that when the time comes. But just remember, the last Friday of every month on the Sex Drugs Kris DeVold Facebook page, let's do a cheers together. Oh, that's so good once it hits your lips. All right. Let's talk about this. My girlfriend Liggity Lindsay came up with this idea. She was like, hey, do you want to have horror movie themed dinners? And I'm like, horror movie themed dinners? Like bringing over other naked bitches and fucking getting all fucking wild? Horror movie dinners, Kris. Horror. Gotcha. So I was like, I'm still in. So she picked movies. We did good ones. Everything from Carrie to Nightmare on Elm Street to Alien. We got good ones in there. Don't worry. We know our horror movies. But what we did was we did a drink, a meal, and a dessert for every horror movie, correct? And I helped out. I didn't put together everything all together immediately, but I helped put together some of the meals. Yeah. So a lot of them are going to still be surprises to me. So she did these envelopes, and I posted the video on the Sex Drugs Kris DeVold Facebook page. We will be Saturday, June, what is that, the 19th? We'll be doing that dinner Saturday, June 19th. We will probably be doing some live posts on the Sex Drugs Kris DeVold page. I'll be posting content here, Instagram. You don't need to worry about it. I got you covered, man. But this is a great idea. So horror movie themed dinners, and I selected the first envelope already. We did this online, and if you don't already know, can I show you which one we're doing? It's a classic, and I really think you're going to like it. And I can't tell. Stuff's not inverted. It is. So I won't even hold this to the camera. But we're doing 1976's Carrie. Dun, dun, dun. That was the first one I drew, Carrie. So the drink we did is, and you know what? I don't know if just people are watching and they don't have YouTube accounts. If you can't chat. Or if people are just quiet, or if the chat's not fucking working.
Yeah, they probably.
I don't know. I'd love to ask you guys what kind of drinks you think we did for this one. But think about it. It's Carrie. There's going to be some bad shit going on. I think we all know how Carrie goes. This one here, the drink for Carrie, a Bloody Mary. Hey, that's a great one. I'm really digging that one. So it's going to be Bloody Marys. Loaded Bloody Marys will be the drink with this one. And then we also have blood orange pork chops. Now, you found this recipe, correct? Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the picture here. It is gorgeous. Here, let me just hold it up. I know everything's kind of inverted, but ooh wee mama.
I was just like, well, how can I, incorporate the pigs within the scene, but still incorporate the blood thing? So I thought of
we got pig. You see, so it's a horror movie themed dinner. We got the Bloody Mary, the blood orange pork chops, and then the cherry pie. The cherry pie. I know everything's inverted. Shut up. Just look at the pictures. But the cherry pie. So this will all be for Carrie. And we'll watch the movie while we're eating. And we're going to do one of these once a month. So stay tuned to the YouTube page, Sex Drugs Kris DeVold, Facebook, and Instagram. Because we will always be posting it there. We posted when I drew the envelope. So I'm looking forward to this damn thing. And we got some good ones. We got Friday the 13th in there. Nightmare on Elm Street, like I said. You did Alien. What were some of them? I'm not thinking of some. It's hard. We don't have them out.
Texas Chainsaw.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Texas Chainsaw. So these are all very good ones. And we are horror movie fans in this house. In this household, we love horror.
Yes.
And horrors.
Of course.
Anyways, but yes, so we will be doing that. Stay tuned for that. That is going to be a damn good time. Now, what I really need to know is, let's go ahead and just get into this. Okay. Any of you guys ever serve fucking jury duty? So, Liggity Lindsay, my girlfriend and I, we got jury duty at the exact same time. Can you believe that shit? We both got the notifications in the mail. And they didn't come same day, did they?
They did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did. Well, no, the second time, because remember we scheduled the first time?
Oh, well, yeah. So we got them in the mail. We both got summons to jury duty. And basically what happened was she's like, I will reschedule. And I'm like, this is a fantastic idea. I will reschedule as well. Let's reschedule for the same fucking day. So by happenstance, that if we have to go into this jury duty, hey, we can go together. What's the, and make things easier. Make a little thing out of it, go downtown Fresno, which, by the way, isn't the most funnest place in the world at all. No, it's not. Nope. It really sucks downtown Fresno. There are high points downtown. There are good spots downtown.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not where you're striving to be all the time. If you go downtown Fresno, you're down there for a reason. You're going to one of those spots. Probably hit them up. But I had this jury duty, right? So I haven't had jury duty. I hope nobody's watching that has any control over this. But I haven't had jury duty for 8 years. That's a great streak, right? And you've never had jury duty, right? You've been eligible for 7 years for jury duty. Don't do the fucking math. Don't do the math. I'm 28. I'm timeless. I'm 24. I'm 19. I'm fucking Popo Gijo, Santa Claus. Yes. So here we go. So she hasn't had jury duty ever. She's been eligible for 7 years. I haven't had jury duty in 8 years. Here we go. We're rescheduling. And so it comes around that we're supposed to go in right after the 3-day weekend of Memorial Day. So we're supposed to go in Tuesday, June 1st. And so we both call, and it gives us the glorious message. You know the one. Why don't you call back the next day after 5 p.m. and we'll truly let you know if we really need you. So we call back the next day, and I think I was making you some chicken nuggies in the air fryer, the fake ones, but they're good. They're good. And all of a sudden, you want me to call your jury thing for you? Yeah, it's after 5. It's like 5:01. Go ahead. And then go ahead and call yours too. So she calls mine, and she's like, you got to go in. I'm like, shut the hell up. No, I don't. So calls again, puts it on speakerphone for me just so we can make sure. And then I was like, okay, do you? Because you're probably going to end up going in too with me. Or I hope it's, whatever. Nope. They didn't need her. But you have to call in the next day after 5. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Let me think about the last time I went to jury duty. How bad really was it? It was on a Friday. I used to work a job that had me there 9 to 6. I was in jury duty all day. They didn't let us out till like 4:30. It was fantastic. I sat in a room, and it was a room of like over 100 people, the jury assembly room. And we sat in there, and they were playing the movie Night at the Museum, Part 2, I believe. So Night at the Museum 2's on. I don't really know Part 1, but I'm coming into this one hot. I'm liking what's going on. I got Ben Stiller. I got some Robin Williams. There's a little monkey. It's all right. I got a shitty cell phone at the time, though. Okay. And I didn't anticipate all the playing on the phone I did. And I mentioned I got a shitty cell phone because I couldn't do all the cool stuff. I couldn't go to YouTube on it. I couldn't watch videos on Facebook. It was a shitty cell phone. Okay. I had Facebook on my phone, but the version of it was shitty. I don't know. It's a fucking shitty phone. So I'm playing on this shitty phone, but then I'm trying to take breaks, okay? Because I don't want to fucking kill the battery all day. So Night at the Museum 2 is going. I'm like, I will watch some of this. Here's the thing. They played a video first before they went to Night at the Museum 2 about doing your part. Why it's important to be a fucking juror. Let's show you why it's very important that you say guilty, not guilty, okay? And then they put on Night at the Museum 2. You want to know what they put on after Night at the Museum 2 had ran its course? Night at the Museum 2. again. So now I'm at jury duty, and this is, again, 8 years ago. So I'm in a fucking room with over 100 people who have cool phones, playing, watching videos, people with earbuds in, beep, 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 beep. Fuck me. My cell phone battery's getting closer, and I'm watching Night at the Museum too for the second fucking time. And it's not as cool as the first fucking time. It was barely cool the first fucking time, okay? I kind of had the thought during the first time of watching it, man, I might have to go back, check out the first one. By the time they were rerunning that fucking thing, I was like, I never want to see a Night at the Museum fucking movie again. Then we have a little break in the action. Ooh, it gets a little actiony all of a sudden. They're like, hey, we're going to have a trial that we know is going to last 6 months or more. 6 months or more, we know this motherfucker's going to last. And we would like volunteers before we have to start plucking people out of the crowd. So next thing you know, Marge and Ethel get up, and here comes Harold and George. This isn't, I'm going to do my part. I said to one time. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. So they got the fucking people that they needed. And I'm like, well, dodge that fucking shit. So then Night at the Museum starts again. Now, I don't know how they get away with this form of torture. I was in this jury duty all fucking day. And then I was kind of broke at the time. So they let us out for lunch. And I'm like, I guess I'll sit outside and watch people and try not to play on my phone too much. And then we get back in there. We finally get out at 4:30. And I'm like, man, I got to get back to work. Or do I? Yeah, you see, back then, DeVold really hated his fucking job at old Wells Fargo. Yeah, I used to work for the Stagecoach, a financial institution. You don't need to know where I work now. Just know I worked for that evil conglomerate. How does a guy like me end up in a place like that? I was out of my fucking element for 6.5 years. Good thing I work at the bowling alley now. They're really nice to me down there. And you know what? When those machines go out, they said nobody's ever stacked the pins as straight as me. And you know they fucking said that. I told you they said that about me. We'll talk about that later. And I'm the one that helped when they were like, oh, Kris, nationally we're going to change them and call them Fileros. And I said, don't call them Fileros, boys. Boleros. Call them Boleros. Oh, that's why all nationwide they exist. Anyways, we're getting way off topic here. So I get out of the jury duty, right? And so I go to my buddy's house. We'll go to my buddy's house and we're hanging out, doing our thing. And I start to get a little paranoid because I really needed my job at the time. Everybody needs their job anytime. But I also had a real bitch of a manager. And by the way, it's really weird to say I had a bitch of a manager. And she was like a wannabe Kardashian. Bitch had tits out to here, like tits out to here. Like her tits are in your face and her face is back here. Kris, the moment you're done with your jury duty, I'm going to need you to come in. You see? Oh. Yeah. You see how that's really not a bad thing when she's fucking telling you? And she got this nice big old ass, small little waist out of Porterville. Little Porterville chick that had some money for some surgeries and got out of the big city. Got out to the big city. You know, you live in the P-ville, the Porterville. You get to Fresno. That's the big city, bitch. That's like going to Hollywood. That's Hollywood to her. She's like, bro, that's big city. You know that shit. And she's like, you're gonna make it after all. She throws her fucking hat in the air while she's getting off the fax bus. I'm like, bitch, it's Fresno. So I'm at my buddy's house and I start to get a little fucking paranoid, man. I'm like, man, like, I got my thing stamped when I left, but like, fuck. They're like, are you really going to go to work? Doesn't the place close at 6? I was like, yeah. They're like, if you leave here now, you still got to go home and get into your clothes. And then by the time you get there, it's going to be past fucking 5. You're going to be showing up to work like less than fucking an hour. What are you doing? So I got up and I fucking went home and I changed clothes and I was so disappointed in myself. I'm like, why didn't you just stay there? Why didn't you just stay there? By the time I got my shit out, got set up at my job, I might have worked half an hour before we were locking that fucking door. And did you think the titty monster from Porterville fucking even cared that I came in? No. She made such a big, that bitch made me call on speakerphone every night before I left the bank. Because she's like, don't call after 5. Just wait till we're getting ready to all leave, and I'll have you call real quick when we leave. And she'd take the card from me, put her phone on speakerphone, and call my fucking jury summons. Oh, that bitch is out there somewhere. But now I tell you all that to tell you this. I had jury duty Wednesday, and I wasn't kind of looking forward to it. I'm like, all right, well, they can't possibly show me Night at the Museum 2, right? I mean, that movie's old at this point. And maybe at least they'll have a new movie. Huh? I would have shit fucking bricks. If I would have walked in, I would be like, no, I want to speak to a fucking manager. Get a cop up here. I want to speak to a fuck. I'm going Karen on here. Sir. This is sir.
You don't understand.
This is the DVD we got, sir. The special effects are great. Sit down. There's a monkey. Sit down. So let me go ahead. I need this now. Oh, that's beautiful. So first off, I'm walking up behind two people, and I can see that they have their jury summons out as well. So I'm in good company. I'll kind of follow the herd. It's kind of sticking in my head now, or kind of sinking back in where I went last time I was there. I see this huge line around the building now. And where I'm used to seeing metal detectors from the last time I was there before we go in, there was nothing there. So the people who were ahead of me get up to the jury assembly room, the infamous Night at the Museum 2 theater, and they fucking pull the knob, nothing goes on. I see COVID signs all over the door. So I'm like, all right, well, obviously, the big line around the building might have something to fucking do with it. So they start to walk off. I start to follow them. One of the people are kind enough going, jury duty? And you can hear the people in front of me go, yep. And they go, see that group rounding that building over there? Like way over there? That's jury duty. You're going to want to catch up to them. So they're not jury. They weren't doing jury. Meds are kicking in.
Did you know?
Did you ever have a dream? So did you ever have a dream? So did you ever have a dream? I could do that. I could go till 9. I could go till 9 doing that shit. So they're following the people that go to fucking jail. I was about to go back to do it. It's so comfortable. It's a nice. I think it's like a form of meditation for me. Did you you know that kid's still out there stuttering? He's still out there stuttering right now. If you don't know what we're talking about, do you imagine if that was your son? I'm like, oh man, they got him. They got him. Is that your boy? Yeah, they got him. When he gets real nervous. Yeah, I would be like, when he's real nervous, he'll do this for 10 minutes if she lets him. Son. Did you ever have? Oh my fuck, boy.
And he's just
staring blankly. He's trying to get it out. He knows what he wants to fucking say. Look up the video if you don't. This is internet folklore. So now I'm fucking, and for some reason it's humid downtown. It's humid. It's more humid. Like I'm in my apartment, it feels good. I get out there downtown. I don't know if it's the buildings blocking everything in. It's fucking humid down there. So you're big boy. I'm a big man. I'm sweating a little while I'm down there. But I can see this large group walking around the corner of a building. They're now crossing a crosswalk. So we're getting Kirk Cameron here. We're getting left behind. Okay. Look it up. Or if you want to go the mainstream, what is it? We're getting Nick Cage here. We're getting left behind.
Oh my god, dude.
He's Nick Cage. Oh my! Don't even get me started.
Bought that one movie, so I need.
Did you buy it? We need to watch it. I didn't know you bought it.
Yeah, it was only for $4. Remember?
Hey, what the fuck you think this is, man? What are you trying to do? Is that what you trying to fuck me, man? Oh, because of a silly little man. Nick Cage is. Fuck, Nick Cage is a fucking wild man. Anyway, so I'm following this group, man. I'm following this group. We're sweating. Now, these people walking with me, we're stragglers, man. So we get across the crosswalk. They're taking us over to the county clerk's office, okay? And so we get in line. I'm texting. I see people doing the flapping the shirt thing. They're flapping the shirt, doing one of these. And I start thinking, we're going to get in and go through the metal detector. I'll start to take off my shit. So I take off my pants, my underwear, no, wait a minute. And they said, you don't need to take off all that to come in to go through the metal detector. Bless you. So I put on all my shit. We get in line, we go in. And this already has a totally different vibe than 8 years ago. Again, we're not even in the jury assembly room. We're going through the metal detectors. We go outside. They take us to a very nice plaza. It's very shady. In case you don't know the Fresno, California weather, we're getting highs of 106 fucking right now, 107. So this is about 8:30 in the morning. We're feeling pretty good at this time in the shade. It's feeling pretty fucking good. So they come out. Oh, what the hell?
So we can see the comments apparently, but you can't for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Normally the comments aren't disabled. I wonder if I did something tonight. So shout out to Godbolt. Shout out to Mr. S. Woo! Shout out to every Mrs. Mr. Mrs. S. Shout out to everybody out there who is watching. I want to thank you. Wow, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. What if we did a paradox? Look, hold on. It's me. Ah, shit. It didn't look. Look, there's me though, and I'm holding my phone. Oh, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, holding my phone. Look, can I look back and see me? Can I wave to me? And then look at me? Ah, just wave to me, get this out of my hand. Ah, if there's any good comments, let me know. So here we go. I'm downstairs now, we're outside, it's feeling fucking good. I'm like, this is a whole different vibe than last time. And immediately, here we come with the different announcements. They're like, hey, we need 5 volunteers. And before they could even say why, there was already 5 older people getting up. I'm like, do your fucking civic duty, old man. Get the fuck up, Marge. Take care of this shit. So they're like, you people. They didn't say you people. What the fuck? I'm putting words in the law enforcement's mouth. They didn't say that. What they did say, though, is for everyone here, that's the 5 volunteers, you're going to be here all day. So the moment you say yes, understand that your bitch ass is going to be here all day. It still didn't sway the 5 people. Marge, Harold, Ethel, George, they had nothing to fucking do. I'll stay here all day. Yeah, that's their shit. So then we hang out a little bit more, and next thing you know, they're like, we need 15 volunteers. 15 volunteers are going to get with this officer. They're going to walk across the street. And once you're done doing what you do with him, I'm supposing sodomy. When they get across the street with him, probably interviewed for jury duty. Calm down. No one's getting sodomized by police officers. Holy hell, where is
dick game off the chain, Mr. S.
Oh, my dick game's always off the chain. Kris Exotic 2021. And by the way, this doesn't affect Kris Exotic 2021, me having jury duty. If anything, it really validates me. It helps it. So, I don't know. So then they take these 15 volunteers. I think they started to get more than 15 fucking volunteers, man. I was like, what is this shit? And then one woman's like, if I volunteer, does this mean when we're done, I get to go home? She's like, yes, if you go with that officer, you're done. They get 15, they take them across the fucking street. So I stand there a little bit more. I'm texting Lickety Lindsay. I'm like, this is a wild scene down here, man. They just kind of keep taking people and just kind of keep, you know, and then I can hear the officer telling a couple of other people, wow, a lot of people showed up today. More than we expected. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I guess that's a good thing. Because about 5 minutes later, that same officer goes, hey, everybody come get a sheet of paper from me. These little slips of paper, right? She's like, get these slips of paper from me. And you just got to call back after 11:30 and we'll let you know if we need you at 1 p.m. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I look at my watch or my phone, whatever. I'm like, we've barely been here. Okay. I was there, what, about 2 hours probably? I was there longer. Yeah, I got here about 9:45. And so I'll tell you what happened. I called after 11:30. I didn't have to go back. I was totally fucking thrilled. I was like, that's all I had to do. I had to go down there for about 2 hours and then I wasn't even 2 hours. I was down there about an hour and then it took me 15 minutes to get home. That's all it was. So then Lindsay has to call after 5 o'clock because she didn't have to go in still and she hasn't been dismissed. So she calls after 5 o'clock and lo and behold, the bitch had jury duty. So she had to go in just as I did. But whereas it would have been fantastic, in case you don't know Lickety Lindsay, she doesn't drive, man. So whereas we would have got to ride together and go smoothly downtown and get that shit out of the way together. Now here we are a fucking day later. She's having to download the Uber app because I work and I'm working from home, but I still can't be like, hey guys, I'm going to take a quick break and then just be gone for a half hour driving her ass downtown. I wish I could, but I can't. So she ends up going, but we start drawing conclusions. She actually starts. Don't you think I should just get dropped off at the county clerk's office because they're just going to end up walking us over there anyway, right? And I was like, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It seems to be the way they're doing it now. Yeah, I would say so. So we go ahead and look up the address to the county clerk's office, and she gets all ready and gets up early this morning. I wake up. She was already up and in the shower, right? My Mark Ribier alarm goes off to wake me up. We both have. Isn't it weird? We both have Mark Ribier alarms, but they're both totally different ones. Mine's more of a subtle wake up. And yours is like, hey! I'm like, oh! And mine's like, time to wake up. And I'm just like, okay, we can do today. We can fucking do it.
Mine's just so aggressive.
It's all dun 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 dun. Oh! I'm like, so I wake up. And she gets out of here, takes her Uber, and she gives me a video call. The Uber driver drops her off at the side of the county clerk's office. And immediately I can tell something's different already. They had these stairs roped off with yellow tape so people couldn't enter in from that way. They wanted you to enter around the front for jury duty, of course. Immediately when she's doing this video fucking call, I don't see the yellow tape. So I'm like, oh, that's probably not a good sign for her. So she walks up to the corner, goes around to the front, and she's filming the front. There's not a soul fucking outside. When I went to the front, there was a line outside with a cop out there checking everybody's jury thing, making sure they were in the right spots. So I'm already like, all right, well, I'm gonna let you go. Good luck, you know. And immediately, like, I start texting her, yeah, I have a feeling. I'm so sorry. You're probably gonna have to fucking walk. You're in the wrong. I think they're not doing it the way. And you know what's funny? She only went the day after I fucking went. Yeah. You only went the fucking day after I didn't win. Or I went. I did go. So then she comes back out. She has to walk over to the fucking courthouse. And it's the same thing, is it not now? But this time they're using the jury assembly room, correct? Room's full. Now, don't lie to me when I ask you this. And I need you to be completely honest with me because a whole lot of this story hinders on this one fucking question. Could you see inside? Did they have a movie playing? And was it Night at the Museum too?
No.
Those motherfuckers. Anyways. So let's solve that mystery. So they do the same thing with you, don't they? Yeah. They give her the little ticket, and she was out of there within an hour.
Actually, no. I was like, I came back within like, I think of you. I was earlier than you.
Well, you were faster. Yeah. So you probably got out within what, 45 minutes, 30 minutes? 45 minutes. Isn't that the silliest thing? It used to be an all-day thing with Night at the Museum on a motherfucking loop. And even the lady was like, when my session, she was like, we're going to try to get you guys out of here. Look, we know nobody wants to be here. And I was like, got that motherfucker, right? But I was so surprised at how accommodating they were. Right? Isn't it like, and you got the vibe too. They wanted to get you the fuck out of there, right?
Oh, for sure. And
they had too many people at your session, correct?
Well, the whole inside was full, and then you had like 25 people outside.
So then we call back after 11:30 for her. And she doesn't have to fucking go. So we got out. But it was so kind of inconvenient. I mean, okay, look, I'm happy it wasn't an all-day motherfucking thing. That being said, did I really have to go down there for an hour? Did she have to take an Uber there and an Uber back for fucking 45 minutes of, here's your slip, call back after 11:30. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So that was us. That was jury duty. I guess we can get selected once a year, from what I'm understanding. Yeah. We've had a friend who's gotten selected 3 years in a row. Knock on wood. Hold on. Hopefully that shit does not happen to fucking us. I'm not playing that motherfucking game. And then real quick before we get into some crazy topics, some crazy, wacky stories, the new Conjuring movie is out, correct? It's in theaters? No?
Today, yeah, it is.
Do you know what you're doing over there with that phone?
I'm looking it up right now. But
I'm trying to give the people the messages, Lindsay. And what if they want to watch some scary fucking shit tonight, man?
You know what? I'm looking at her.
This is some fucking bullshit, dude. In the meantime,
yeah, it's playing
on HBO Max and the theaters?
Yes.
Well, you heard it right there from Sassy Pants herself. All right, you start with my balls. Now, so... Yeah. So basically how it's going to go is The Conjuring's out. You're going to want to check that out. We watched most recently, and I don't think I've talked about it on the show. It's been out for a couple of years. It's called The Happy Time Murders. Did we talk about this on the show?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Maybe someone in the comments will say if we did. The Happy Time Murders is a movie made by Jim Henson's son. The guy, he also made, he's the one that did Muppet Treasure Island. I know that much. and it's a dirty puppet movie.
It's very dirty.
It's very dirty with Melissa McCarthy. Now, I'm a Melissa McCarthy fan, but I'm not gaga over her. Does that make sense? I don't like when the movie doesn't try and it plays to her strengths. I don't feel that they let her do her Melissa McCarthy shit in this movie, except for when the drug becomes into play. And then she kind of gets a little, and that's funny though. And
That was really funny.
you got to see bloopers too after you watch the movie. I wouldn't recommend a puppet movie to you. And it kills me that this movie didn't kill in the theaters, right?
Right.
We were watching it and I was just like, this movie did so horrible. It's a blemish on her fucking career and other people that are fucking in it. We watched it on Netflix. We're also going to be checking out Bo Burnham. I don't know if you guys who know who Bo Burnham is. You need to do your research. One of his best specials, I think, was his words special. What's funny? What's funny? What's funny? What's funny? Tourette's. Check that out. We're going to check out the new Bo Burnham special. He did release one of the music videos Netflix did that he made. He did this all at home. He filmed it, edited it, directed it, wrote it himself. And the first video I've seen was called White Girl's Instagram. White Woman's Instagram, right? Fantastic fucking shit. And also, if you haven't checked out Joey Calico on TikTok, check that out. We've also really gotten into Maddie Matheson on YouTube. Maddie Matheson, check him out. He's a good fucking time. He will teach you how to cook everything. Now, you know I have a problem with motherfuckers winning the motherfucking lotto. Well, Kris, how can you have a problem with people just playing the lotto winning? I'll tell you, have a problem with people winning playing the fucking lotto. Okay. Now, Powerball is over 280 million. The drawing is tomorrow. Are we getting tickets or are we saying no? Oh, my God. She's not even listening. We could have won, and she wouldn't even know. She heard nothing. When she's like this.
Well, because I'm reading. I was reading.
When she's like, oh, I already got the, what were you reading?
I was reading about the movie.
Oh, The Conjuring.
Yeah, the new one. I was just reading about
Get out of my facial.
Well, I was reading about it. I didn't know much about it.
We've been to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum, okay? We've seen a lot of the things that are from the fucking movies. I was talking about millions.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
No, do you want to play the Powerball tomorrow or not?
Yeah, we can. We can try it out again.
You need to go somewhere.
I
You need to, you know what? You need to go.
You need to go somewhere.
You need to go outside for 5 minutes.
No.
You're fucking on a timeout.
You don't think-
I'm going to pretend you're outside for 5 minutes. Anyways. So I get really mad at people winning the lotto. I guess I'm going to have to get mad at myself if that fucking shit happens. But what really gets me on this one is, all right, so we're going to start with one, and I also got another one. And I swear I don't try to look for these. Or maybe I only had one. I thought I had more. But let's go ahead and start with this, okay? An Illinois woman, Illinois? Do you like to say Illinois or Illinois? Illinois? The Fighting Illini? Anyways. An Illinois woman found her trip to Florida was a profitable endeavor when she won $1 million jackpot from a scratch-off lottery ticket. Oh, let me just soak that fucking shit in, man. Let me just soak that fucking shit in, man. That shit fucking hurts, son. That shit fucking hurts my dome piece. My dick hurts a little from that, and I don't know why.
Oh.
The Florida Lottery said Daniela Flores Garcia, my new best friend, Beach Park. She was visiting Florida when she purchased a $5 million Gold Rush Classic scratch-off ticket from the drugstore. Okay? A $5 million? I'll take the $1 million. I don't need the fiver. The ticket turned out to be $1 million jackpot winner. Flores Garcia chose to take her winnings as the lump sum payment. So she could have done, I believe they split it up to weekly payments, or you could do the lump sum. Out of $1 million, she's clearing with $710,000 for the lump sum payment. Green Acres Discount Food was awarded $2,000 bonus commission for selling they get $2,000 for selling a fucking $1 million lottery ticket. I'd be fucking pissed as fuck if that was the case. I'd beat that fucking one. I will find that woman. I cannot believe what, you know what we need to do? Okay. When we're traveling, we need to buy a lottery ticket.
I was going to say, let's try doing that. See if that makes a difference.
I'll win the lottery in another state.
Right.
Fuck the world. Oh, you want to fuck with me, Wisconsin? I'll come take your money. Oh, South Dakota? You're boring as fuck. I'll pick your pockets. Yeah, you want to fuck around with me? Oregon, I've been eyeballing you for a while, motherfucker. Yeah. By the way, if anybody else has been following the show for several years, I'm a big Drake Bell fan. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm a big Drake Bell fan.
Listen, Marie, she's all on timeout. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't even hear you.
Oh, shut up.
3 minutes left now. Son of a bitch.
Failed.
So let me tell you this right now. Excited lottery winner leaves gas station with the pump still in the car. Now, if I won, a Michigan man said he was so stunned after the win, he got $1 million jackpot. From a scratch-off lottery ticket, he drove away from the gas station with the fucking pump still hanging out of his car. 59-year-old man. Okay, so let's give him a little break here. He said winning millions has been my favorite lottery game since it came out. I stopped at Speedway to get gas and decided to get a ticket while my gas was pumping. When I saw it matched the number 14, then revealed the $1 million amount underneath, I started yelling, "Are you kidding me?" Got in his fucking car, fucking drove off. Oh, they're going to charge him for that. You see those stickers on those fucking pumps, right? That says drive off minimum this much. Yeah, that's how they get your ass, Mr. fucking Postman. Right there. Now we got to talk about this, and I don't even need to look at this story. I think we've all by now seen the footage of the 17-year-old girl fighting off the bear from taking her dogs. I'm sure you've all seen this video. If you haven't, get out from under the rock that you live under and look up "Girl Saves Dogs from Bear." You will. And normally I don't talk about stories. You know, I try to find the fresh stuff for you motherfuckers. But I gotta talk about this story. The video was fucking amazing. So make sure you check that shit out. But this chick, first off, props to fucking Mama Bear. I told Lickety Lindsay this. If you get the long version of the video, Mama Bear's balancing on a brick wall. And she's got 2 cubs in between her fucking legs. Can you believe that shit? So Mama Bear has fucking them between their legs. There we go. I got those fucking comments now. It was some kind of weird thing. That was my fault, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, she is on a timeout. So basically, yeah, I don't hear you. You got 2 minutes. My clock is slow. This chick ran out. First off, like I said, props to fucking Mama Bear. 2 cubs in between your legs. So the cubs are balancing on the brick wall, which can't be any more than this thick, maybe. She's balancing on the brick wall. And then the cubs kind of take off, and Mama Bear starts to swipe at the fucking dogs. She kind of gets one of them, right? She kind of gets one, pulls it up. It's fucking amazing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to see a video of a dog die. No! 17-year-old girl runs out. By the way, she's dressed like a 70-year-old woman. I'm like, we sure this ain't an older woman doing it? 17-year-old chick running out, shoves the bear off the fucking brick wall, grabs her little dogs. By the way, those dogs were going for that fucking bear. Dogs have no sense. I don't know if you've ever seen Where the Red Fern Grows. Those dogs, you know, and Where the Red Fern Grows is a bad motherfucking book, and it's even a crazier movie, man. And the dogs died, Lindsay, and where they died, the red fern grew up from where they died, and they saved the boy from the bear. They saved the boy from the bear. But these little dinguses were all running up on the bear at once. There's a big dog. There's like 3 little dogs. They're coming up, running back, doing that shit. You know how they do. This bear is like, this is feeding time, and it's a buffet that moves. This is kind of fun. It's like a carnival game. He kind of gets one of the dogs, drops it. This 17-year-old chick comes out. She takes this bear out. He was turning to get her. She beats the bear. Mama Bear's turning to get this chick. She beats the bear by like a split second. You could see the bear getting ready to make a move, but before bear can even do that, she's already getting shoved off the fucking. Now, I'm not one for bear violence, but had to be a reason these bears were in the area. Either something's happening to the nature in the air. I don't want to get all into it, but either that, they were looking for some food of some sort, I'm guessing. But like I said, when the national story happens, I'm like, everybody's seen this one. They don't need me to fucking talk about it. But it was so miraculous. And as I see most of the bombest things in the world, it's usually while I'm on the toilet in the morning. And that's where I saw this video when you showed it to me. Kris, look. And I looked up from the throne and I said, that's a bad bitch.
Yeah, we just talk to each other that way.
You're going to need to go ahead and tag me in that because that's a bad bitch. So let's go ahead. All right. Fishing. I like fishing. I haven't been fishing for a while. We're trying to hit up my brother to go fishing. It's a very special time when you can go fishing. I like to think of Shasta Cola, cold fried chicken, sandwiches, lots of beer, and just a good old damn time, But this Arkansas angler reeled in an extraordinarily uncommon fish. Josh Rogers landed a gold-colored largemouth bass, okay? Largemouth bass, gold, are you kidding me? From a swim jig. I don't know if you know about the jigs. Put them on. You could, anyways. It was at Beaver Lake in Ozark Highlands last week, again in the Arkansas area. Arkansas, if you really want to piss them off. And he quickly identified the species of the fish, but the color made him wonder, Turns out he'd hit the jackpot. Now, Josh needs to buy a lottery ticket because he caught a 1 in a million fish. That's what the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission biologist John Stein told him. He was basically saying that this motherfucker is 1 in a million. Now, they're usually shades of green and brown, in case you don't know largemouth bass. Green and brown, they get the stripes, some of them very beautiful. And these are gold. So Stein says the unique color of Rogers' fish is due to a natural and rare genetic anomaly, and I can't say the genetic anomaly. Xanthocroism. Xanthocroism. All right, I did say it. So according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, that's a generic variation in various vertebrates characterized by local or generous absence of black and brown pigment, with normal development of red and gold pigments as of skin or feathers, resulting in yellow to reddish coloration. I bet you bitches didn't know that there were gold basses out there, did you?
I didn't.
You knew there was a largemouth Kris, but you didn't know there was a gold largemouth bass. Now, he didn't think anything of it for an hour and a half of fishing. Then he started sending pictures to friends, putting it on Instagram and Facebook, and the reaction got everybody going. They started thinking maybe he shouldn't have thrown it back. He was surprised he caught such a reaction. He didn't keep the fish. He's a good man. He did the catch and release. Or I would at least release that one back, knowing how special it was, and then I would keep fucking fishing. And then when I get the fish I want and do my fish fry later that day, let everything go. Now let's talk about parking. Parking is something that we don't have to deal with much in Fresno, as in parking issues. If you've never been to Fresno, California, I don't care how it looks in the movies. The body gets dropped in Fresno and Con Air. And when the body drops, that's not fucking Fresno downtown. I hate to break it to you guys. I think the movie Biker Boys takes place in Fresno. But anyways, a lot of the times in Fresno, when you see Fresno, it's like bigger city looking. That's not really us. We don't really have parking issues down here. We have parking issues at certain places or certain venues, but the whole city, it's not like a big city like San Francisco. When I go visit my friends in the Bay Area and they're like, oh, you got parking out there. Oh, you're not moving your car all weekend. I'm like, but I'm here all weekend. If we want to go somewhere, no. We'll take the BART. We'll take Ubers. You leave your car. You'll never get that spot. Like, are you fucking serious? What's the big deal? In big cities, this is a big deal. Like in Fresno, we're too podunk out here, man. I know we're a big city. I know we feel good. But when I look around at Save Mart parking lot, man, there's spots for everyone. When I look around at the Texas Roadhouse parking lot, when I look out the Costco parking lot, that's parking problems out here in Fresno. They're like, well, I have problems at Costco. That's not real parking problems. That just means you got to park really far out and you got to walk your fat ass in. We'll walk our fat asses in. So parking space in an affluent Hong Kong neighborhood sold for how much you think? Now this is a neighborhood where parking is fucking limited. This amount that this person paid for this parking was a world record. There's no one that's ever paid for parking this much. Anyone? $100,000. Okay. You're 1 point.
I feel like someone would be willing to do that.
$1.3 million. I'll repeat that. Someone paid $1.3 million. $1.3. The parking lot space, it's at the luxurious Mount Nicholas residential neighborhood. You don't know about this neighborhood because Mount Nicholas is so nice. It's so nice. It's so posh. The project was sold by Wharf Holdings. It was a residential project, the Nan Fung Group. It sold for $1.3 million to an unidentified buyer. The price of the 134.5 square foot parking space amounts to about $9,500 per square foot. Woo! The sum beat the previous world record for the most expensive parking spot, a $969,000 space sold at the 79-story Hong Kong office tower at the center in October of 2019. Did it come off the thing? Well, because they're not really put up there like tightly. Gonna have to put that up. Had a little bit of a light come down. We've had these up for a while too. I'm surprised it hasn't happened more. I'm not gonna lie to you. But because and I don't think they get too hot, but I don't think I have that one looped behind there very well. As we talk about stuff you can't see, all right, I spent about a half month in Amsterdam back in the summer of 2005. And people always like to ask me, hey, Kris, why do you say you spent a half month in Amsterdam? Why don't you just say fucking 2 weeks? And I say because a half month sounds a lot cooler, dick. Oh, okay. So Black Thunder is saying, I've been there. I think they got a deal. 1.5 million easy. That's how bad parking is there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's shit we don't deal with in the Fresburg area, and we never have to deal with in the Fresburg area. Now, electric cars, okay, that's kind of the thing out here. I'm seeing that Houston, Texas is fucking around with an autonomous Domino's vehicle that drives, and you come out and get your fucking pizza from it. I see some of the cities, it's kind of leading up to that. Now, Amsterdam, this city is widely covered by around by water. Me and David Todd, imagine me and David Todd walking around Amsterdam for 2 weeks. How absurd. The Dutch are amazing people. Nice. So this place is amazing, but it's covered by water. Everywhere's water. I mean, you're either walking on a walkway down an alley or going over a little bridge over water, and you see tons of boats with people on them, like tour boats, regular boats, just people out. You can even go have, there's little boat restaurants, like in docks sometimes. And so I'm just saying electric cars meet your competition because here we go. Amsterdam didn't have to look very far when searching for a way to ease traffic on its congested streets. The Dutch capital's canals were used for transport long before cars and trucks powered polluting internal combustible engines. Now, what they're doing is they're going to have autonomous driving boats. They're going to have boats. What they're doing, it's the Institute for Advanced Metropolitan Solutions. Now, I know the Amsterdam people are very smart, but I picture a bunch of Dutch stoners. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, we make boat that drive itself. Oh, Peter, that's a good idea. Yeah. And here we are. We got the autonomous boats. I'm sure it was in real accents and not as lame as that. I'm sure it went down something like that. So basically what they're going to do, no human's going to be driving this damn thing. And the director of innovation at the Amsterdam Institute said technology is very relevant in a highly complex port operations. We have a lot of vessels and a lot of ships and a lot of quays and a lot of piers. I don't know what quays are. I'm going to have to fucking Google that one. But I'm going to tell you, Amsterdam's a beautiful spot. If you ever get a chance to visit it, go ahead. The best part is I went to Amsterdam, and then the following summer, my friend Francesca went, and I was actually able to tell her cool spots to go. I was like, go to the Damp Kring. We didn't go to the Bulldog. If you can get into Jimmy Woo's, by the way, I got a quick sidebar for you, real quick. Me and David Todd, we only got 5 minutes left, so this is for the people that stayed here for the whole fucking show. Ready? Me and David Todd are in Amsterdam. We're going to go to this club, Jimmy Woo's. David Todd had this rule where every time we go into the hotel, he liked to have a beer at the hotel bar. And every time he left, he liked to have a beer at the hotel bar. He was always like to, tip a little, kind of get, a little bowl of loudmouth soup. We told him we were from California. We told him it was his birthday. They said, oh, California, yeah? So when we come in by like the second or third day, they would just say, oh, hey, Californians, what's up, yeah? So they just call us Californians. Hey, California. So we get in there, and next thing you know, they're like, oh, it's your birthday? Oh, you know what? Go up to the front desk. Tell Janine, it's your birthday. You need to go to Jimmy Woo's. We're like, Jimmy Woo's? What the fuck's that? So we go up to the fucking front, and we tell the chick at the desk, we're like, hey, it's his birthday. Bartender told us to come up here. He said something about getting on the guest list for Jimmy Woo's. She's like, oh, yeah, you're the boys from California, huh? Oh, you're going to love Jimmy Woo's. I put you on the guest list, okay? Don't show up till 12:30, okay? 12:30 in the morning. Me and David Todd have been hanging out in Amsterdam all day. We just had big old burgers. We are some tired motherfuckers. David Todd wakes up at about 10:30, kind of nudges me. He's like, hey, are we going to do this Jimmy Woo's thing? I was like, I guess so, dude. So we call a taxi. We write down the address. We give it to the cab driver. He drives us up to this 2-level fucking club. It's actually near the square. So it's actually in a really, really good area we'd been in kind of before. And we get there. And we're getting up to the thing. And I'm like, before we get in this big line, let's make sure we're on the motherfucking list. I'm not going to get in this line and we're not in the list, David Todd. So we get up and David Todd's like, David Todd 2, we're supposed to be here at 12:30. And the guy's like, oh yeah. Hey, happy birthday. Hey, come on in. What? Skip the big old line, go in, check our coats. And then we get in and it's just the baddest, like Asian inspired club you've ever seen. And downstairs, there's a dance club with just lights going on the fucking ceiling. You can look up some videos on Jimmy Woo's on YouTube, and you'll see the exact place we were at. The dance club looks exactly the same, or the dance floor. And so we get up there, and we get to the bar, and we're looking around, and I'm like, David Todd, absinthe. Now, I know they sell absinthe over here, but this was definitely not absinthe from over here. And the guy's like, oh, California, you guys want absinthe, yeah? So he brings the fucking thing, because we were telling him we're from California. They love when you're from California there. I don't know if that's changed, but this was summer of 2005. So the dude does like a spoon here and a spoon here with sugar, and he's drizzling the absinthe over it. He's lighting shit on fire, talking to us, gives us the shots. We take shots. He's like, I go get another bottle. So he grabs a fresh bottle of absinthe, pops it open for us. We start drinking. We go downstairs. We're going to dance now, man. We are fucked up. Okay. We go downstairs. I'll never forget, this chick walks up to me. She's like, do you have any prophylactics? I was like, no. Okay. And she walked off, and I was like, just walk down here. This chick's asking me if I have condoms. I'm like, what's going on now? Me and David Todd dance our asses off, okay? We don't remember. I barely remember leaving. I barely remember getting my coat. Next thing you know, we're at the Lloyd Hotel. We're back at the Lloyd Hotel. I have to go to the bathroom. It's a shared bathroom on the floor. I leave the room. I go pee. I come back. I'm locked out of the room. I'm banging on the fucking door. David Todd's passed out. I'm banging on the fucking door. I'm football banging it. I can barely remember what I'm doing. I break the door down. I get in. I lay down. I wake up. The phone is across the room when I wake up the next morning. David Todd's like, Chris, the door's broke. I'm like, I think I did that. I was like, why is the phone on my back? And I pulled the phone off my back. Oh, no, the phone was in David Todd's back. I threw it at him. That's what it was. Once I made it in the room. And it was in his back. And he gets up, and it's funny because you could see like the 9 squares on his back. All right, we're getting close. So then it ends up, I was so loud that they charged him for the door. It was like 250 euro, like 250 American. And they called the cops. Somebody did. And because they called the cops were going room to room. They never made it to our room to check on us, because as they were going room to room, they'd found a criminal they had been looking for a while. And he was shacked up at the Lloyd Hotel, just laying low. And so they caught a criminal and just ended up taking him. And they left us. And the Lloyd Hotel hit up David Todd as we were leaving. And they're like, hey, the door's fucked up. We don't know what happened, man. But we're going to have to charge you for that. And we're going to have to upgrade you to the next floor. And the next floor was a beautiful fucking suite type room with not a shared bathroom, not European style, like American style. And they didn't charge him any extra for it. And I was like, now see, David Todd, aren't you lucky I fucking did that last night? And he's like, it's like $250, Chris. I was like, hey, man, I barely remember it. I had bruises all on my chest right here from, I guess, ramming into the fucking door. My arm was all sore. Like next 2 days in Amsterdam, I was all fucking sore. And we couldn't believe what happened. We didn't drink absinthe again while we were there. So that was a nice little sidebar. Hey, we will though soon. Hey, episode 397 of Sex Drugs Kris DeVold just went down like that. Motherfuckers! right in your face. Don't forget you can tune in every Friday night to watch the show live right here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the Kris DeVold YouTube page. Hit the bell so every time I go live or post new content, you are privy to it. Also, don't forget we're quickly approaching the 400th episode, and I'm still in talks with CentralValleyTalk.com about the exact date of my return, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like the Facebook page. Don't forget to like or follow me on Instagram. And don't forget, we got a bunch of new content. We got a bunch of new shit coming for you. Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, taking it all the way through 2021. Love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, yeah, wash your hands. Don't think I forgot. And stop touching your face. Stop it.